Thanks for staying in. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken has kicked off his latest urgent Middle East diplomatic mission in Turkey as fears mount that Israel's war against Hamas in Gaza may explode into a broader conflict. Mr. Blinken's fourth visit in 3 months comes amid worrying developments outside of Gaza, including in Lebanon, northern Israel, Red Sea and Iraq, that have put intense strains on the U.S. push to prevent a regional conflagration in the weeks after the war began and growing international criticism of Israel's military operation. Mr. Blinken met with Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan and Foreign Minister Hakan Fidan to discuss what Turkey and others can do to exert influence, particularly on Iran and its process to ease swirling tensions, speed up humanitarian aid deliveries to Gaza, and begin to plan for reconstruction and governance of post-war Gaza, much of which has been reduced to rubble by 3 months of intense Israeli bombardment. But while the World Health Organization remains very concerned about the increasing threat of diseases displacement increases across south of Gaza, this report looks at the situation at Al-Nasser Medical Complex, where medical officials are struggling to keep up with the influx of patients.
When we first arrived at Nasser Hospital, the situation was very difficult. Too many injuries and the medical staff couldn't control nor handle the situation. Thank God we were lucky enough. Some of the doctors managed to help us. Yet, generally speaking, the medical staff had a very tough situation going. A lot of injuries, people had no place to stay at the hospital, they were waiting outside the hospital, and the medical staff couldn't treat all of these people nor had the proper time to treat everyone.
For more than 3 months now, the health system in Gaza has become overburdened, understaffed, and lacking supplies as the humanitarian catastrophe unfolds.
The medical supplies and consumables we have received are actually not even close to enough. We are receiving large number of injuries, and what we are getting is not meeting the bare minimum to treat all of these patients. Too many cases at the Department of Plastic Surgery and Burns require daily surgical interventions, and they need consumables and supplies in large quantities. What we actually received of supplies and consumables only cover 3% of what the health institution really needs.
The difficulties we are facing are the huge number of injuries we are receiving. Compared to the lack of equipment and medical staff, we are working 24 hours a day in order to be able to treat all the cases we are receiving. We are only one team here and the limb reconstruction unit with no replacement team, and we are working heavily to be able to treat the huge number of injuries we are receiving.
Many people are only able to reach care days after their injuries occur, reducing the possibility of saving their limbs. The lack of treatment options and experts means limbs are being removed, sometimes without anesthetics and pain medications.
I have a serious injury in my arm. They have stabilized it across my stomach for 30 days. They also took meat from my rear to fix my arm. Also, I have a 10 centimeter bone missing from my elbow.
The WHO has established the Nasser Medical Complex in Khan Yunis in March of 2020 to support the rehabilitation and reconstructive surgery for patients who were injured during the Great March of Return. Up until now, more than 4,500 patients have been treated in the limb reconstruction unit, and not only they were treated with the clinical and surgical interventions, but also they received support on their mental health and psychosocial status.
Amputees require early physiotherapy and rehabilitation and proper nursing care, along with optimal nutrition and mental health support, which are essential services that are currently unavailable.
This injury is going to have a huge impact on me, and it's in my leg, and I'm a professional footballer and I play this sport with my legs. I'm injured now in both legs. What can I say? Thank God anyway, but I won't be able to play football anymore.
There are some challenges to Nasser Medical Complex now in light of the ongoing war in the Gaza Strip. as the unit is full of patients and the hospital is crowded with patients and displaced people as well. This burden is an additional burden on the hospital that may lead to some obstacles and difficulties in treating patients and may lead to the presence of some infections that worsen conditions and lead to amputations.
According to the World Health Organization, the war in Gaza has caused over 22,600 deaths and close to 58,000 persons have been injured. Tragically, many children, men and women, have had their limbs amputated.